Well, hiya, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. It's been a few days since I did a video, and so I wanted to upload a video here for you. And this video is going to be a Father's Day book haul. So I'm putting this up Sunday morning. Family hasn't got up yet, but yesterday on Saturday, my wife and my youngest daughter, we went to St. Joe and did some book shopping so that today on Sunday, Father's Day, I could just sit at home and relax and then just enjoy time with my daughters. And I think we've got some big plans. We're gonna, go to church, and then when we get home, I think this afternoon, what we are planning on doing is we are going to watch. I've had this thing where my girls have not watched some of the old classic movies, and I say old, but old from my youth. So I took my oldest daughter to the new Top Gun movie, and I realized that none of my family, other than me, has watched the original Top Gun. So for Father's Day, I'm going to force my kids and my wife to sit down and watch the original Top Gun movie with me, maybe make some popcorn or something this afternoon. And then we're going to have my favorite meal, chili. And we're just going to enjoy a good family day together. I think the girls have got me something for Father's Day, so that's not going to be included in this book haul. But this is a book haul that like I said, I've been saving my money for the last few months. Just my pennies, nickels, and dimes, kind of letting it build up, and had a handful of money, and so I wanted to get some stuff for Father's Day. So this is your Father's Day video. So anyway, before we get to the books, I do have one item that I found at Target yesterday that I thought was pretty awesome, and it is the Fast and the Furious, the 1970 Dodge Charger from that movie. Isn't that sweet? So I'm adding that to my muscle car collection of Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. I thought that was pretty awesome. My girls, or excuse me, my wife also got me a couple more Hot Wheels. I'm not going to show them here, but they're to go with playing with my 5-year-old on the floor, and she got her a couple of Hot Wheels. Got me a Mazda pickup truck and a Mazda. Oh, it was a car. I can't remember what kind of car or what particular kind of Mazda it was, but she got me a couple of those. But that was I thought my find of the day for my Hot Wheels cars. So let's get into the stack of books. So as everybody knows, this is June on the Range, the reading event where we read Westerns. Brand new this year. It's been pretty cool. I have read, because I've got a bunch of things going, so I haven't dedicated the whole month to Westerns, but I have read 2 Westerns up to this point. I planned on reading 2 more, but I think it might be just 1 more. And so my 5-year-old and I were digging through the books at the used books store. Actually, this one was at Jesse James, and we found a couple of titles, and I let her pick the one that I was going to read next. And it is by Luke Short, and it is called Bounty Guns, A Price on His Head, and a Whole Town Waiting to Collect. Well, I liked the cover work on that book, and I just got done reading a Luke Short book, and I enjoyed it, so I thought I'd pick up another one since I know that I enjoyed his work. The other cover on the book was pretty sweet too, and I can't remember the title or who it was by. That the other book that was in the running to buy, but this is the one she chose. I love that vintage look on these books. So that's going to be for my June on the Range, probably my last June on the Range book. So what's a book haul without a baseball book? So I found actually a couple of baseball books, but I only picked up one. I went with the cheaper one, the $3 one instead of the $4 one. And this is by George F. Will, who, a lot of you people out there will know his writing. He's a journalist. He does quite a bit of work. But this is called Men at Work, The Craft of Baseball. And pretty excited about this. This is going to be probably a fun read, I think. I enjoy reading stuff about baseball, and this will be right in my wheelhouse. This is from Harper, and it is, let's see, a 19... No. Well, original copyright of 1990. This is a 2010 version of it, it looks like. So there you are, Men at Work. And if you've read this, let me know how this is. Like I said, I'm pretty excited to dip into it. I've got like 3 baseball books I'm probably going to try to maybe tackle in July, and this will be one of them. And I think it'll be a fairly short read just because I love the material in it. On the backside, I guess I can read the backside to you. It says, in his classic tribute to America's pastime, now with a new introduction, political commentator, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, and lifelong sports enthusiast George F. Will travels from the baseball field to the dugout to the locker room to get to the root of the game we all love. He breaks down the sport to its 4 basic components: managing, pitching, hitting, and fielding, and analyzes the way the 4 of its notables, manager Tony La Russa, pitcher Oral Hershiser, outfielder Tony Gwynn, and shortstop Cal Ripken Jr. approach the game. One of the most acclaimed sports books ever written, Men at Work is a revelatory and often surprising study of professional baseball. So looking forward to that. And by the way, that Luke Short book, I forgot to tell you, this is from Dell Publishers, and it is... 1939 is the original copyright date for this. This version is 1960. This printing is 1960, but it's a 1939 story, so it's a little bit older. Excuse me, older work. All right, here's another one that I found at Jesse James. This is a $3 book. I thought it was a steal deal. I'm very familiar with the author. I've read... has it been 2 books? At least one. I think I've read 2 books by him. But it's called, this one's The Admirals. Nimitz, Halsey, Leahy, and King, the 5-star admirals who won the war at sea, by Walther R. Borneman. And so I was pretty excited to find that for only $3. It's in really good shape, I think. Nice addition to the World War II stuff. This is from Back Bay Books, which is an imprint of Little Brown and Company, and it is 2012. And this printing is a 2013 printing. The book originally came out in 2012, though. So let me read this to you. It says, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, the United States Navy was embroiled in a vast and grinding battle for the seas. Overarching strategy and crucial encounters at Coral Sea, Midway, and the waters around Guadalcanal tested the mettle of the 4 greatest naval leaders of all time: Chester Nimitz, William Halsey, William Leahy, and Ernest King. Rivals as well as friends, they were the only 4 men in American history to be accorded the 5-star rank of Fleet Admiral. Combining studied patience, street fighter tactics, nimble counsel, and exasperating ego, Nimitz, Halsey, Leahy, and King worked together to build the modern United States Navy and win World War II. With narrative and gusto and incisive research, Walther R. Borneman takes us inside the lives and battles of these remarkable commanders and paints an unmatched picture of strategy, fortitude, and valor. Yeah, so like I said, looking forward to this. I think that's going to be a really good read. I don't know a ton about the naval stuff. I know your basics, but I have not read a ton of like in-depth biographies on your commanders or your just the battles themselves. So I was excited to pick that up. All right, so the rest of this is all Civil War, and I was very excited to pick these up. A couple of videos back, I had told you that at the Jesse James Antique Mall, they had a new vendor that had put in a whole book section in there. And I only pulled the trigger on maybe 1 or 2 books last time. So I was real excited to go back to that space because they had a bunch of Civil War stuff. And so these are from that new vendor that came in. And so this first one is from Edwin C. Beers, and it is Fields of Honor, Pivotal Battles of the Civil War. And this just basically goes through, like it says, the pivotal battles, the main battles of the Civil War. and when I was looking through the table of contents, what I noticed was these were the ones I always hit in class. And so I thought this would be really good, not just for me, but for my classroom itself, being able to, provide more information and stuff. And this is from National Geographic out of Washington, D.C. And the copyright is from 2006, and this is a 2007 printing. And so this is going to cover stuff like it'll cover the beginnings with Harper's Ferry, but then it hits Fort Sumter, First Manassas, Shiloh, Antietam, Chancellorsville, Gettysburg, Vicksburg, Chattanooga, the Wilderness, Spotsylvania, North Anna, Cold Harbor, Petersburg, hits Sherman's Carolina campaign, and then Appomattox. And so like I said, it hits everything I hit in class, and so I was real pumped to pick this up. And plus, he's a top-notch historian. He's got some really good books out. It says, for nearly 6 decades, Ed Bierce's unique voice and unmistakable presentation have brought the Civil War to life for legions of dedicated fans of his popular battlefield tours. In Fields of Honor, 14 key battles have been recorded and preserved from these tours, deftly capturing the heroes, scoundrels, and vivid stories that have made the Civil War America's enduring national epic. From generals to privates to full-scale battles to singular bloodshed, Bierce retells these legendary engagements and meticulous attention to detail and an intimate knowledge of the terrain and troop movements across every battlefield. With his indefatigable fervor and characteristic wit, Bierce's storytelling expertise is transformed in these pages to plain-spoken prose, showcasing both the depth of Bierce's knowledge and the magnitude of these pivotal moments in our nation's history. And the other thing I really like about this is throughout the narrative, it's got pictures, it's got maps. Let me pull one of those up. So it's got, maps to go along with what he's talking about, and I'll just kind of flip through and you can see. And then it's got pictures throughout. Then I'm a visual learner. I like to see the pictures to go along with the text. It helps me visualize everything. So that, even though it's like a little over 400 pages, I think it's actually going to be a pretty quick read because of all of the maps and the pictures. But anyway, next one is a biography by Eric H. Walther, and it is William Lowndes Yancey, the coming of the Civil War. And so this is one of our leading secessionists of the South, and I have nothing in my collection on Yancey, or if it's Yancey. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I always say Yancey, but it's from the University of North Carolina Press out of Chapel Hill, and it's a 2006 book. But this biography is, 477 pages. So it's a decent sized biography. And like I said, it's all about Yancey and secession in the South and the fire eaters and stuff like that. So that'll be a good read. Now, probably the find of the day, the one I'm maybe, it's right up there with the most excited. This is Shiloh in the Western Campaign of 1862 by O. Edward Cunningham. And this is a book that I've seen mentioned by other Civil War enthusiasts. And it's on some people's must-read lists if you're reading about the Civil War. And this comes from Savas Beatty out of New York, and it is a 2007 book. Let's see here. It says, when Northern troops, get that where you can see it here, sorry. When Northern troops invaded Tennessee in early 1862, Confederate General Albert S. Johnston concentrated his Southern Division at Corinth, major railroad center in Mississippi. His bold plan called for his Army of the Mississippi to march north and launch a surprise attack against General Ulysses S. Grant's Union Army of the Tennessee before it could link up with another Union Army on the way to join it. The bloody and decisive April 6th through the 7th, 1862 battle at Shiloh changed the entire course of the American Civil War. When the fighting stopped, the casualties totaled nearly 24,000. The stunning Northern victory thrust Grant into the national spotlight, claimed the life of Johnston, and forever buried the still lingering notion that the Civil War might be a short conflict. And there's more on the flap here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you get the idea. It's all about the Battle of Shiloh. And of course, if you don't know anything, this is one of the major Western campaigns. This is one of the biggest battles in the West. One of the most important, this one, and like you would throw it in with Chattanooga and Vicksburg, battles like that. So this is one of the early in the war, one of the bloodiest battles, and this is what I would say, in my opinion, this is the battle that brought reality to the West, because up until that point, most of the battles in the West had been on a much smaller scale as compared to the battles that were starting to happen in the East. And this one had some big numbers involved in. So, yeah, that'll be good. That'll be a good read. And then my last two of the book haul. I know I've got some people out there that might be a little jealous of this. So, Peg, if you're watching, Peg at the History Shelf, if you're watching, please prepare yourself, because I've got a couple of books here that I think you've mentioned that you've wanted. I'm not sure if you have these or not, but I found these at the Jesse James Antique Mall, and the first one is, and these are from Osprey Military, the publishers, and she's always showing books that are kind of like this. You know, the thin paperbacks, and this is one she actually sent me. She's always showing books like this, and this comes from that same publisher. But this is Classic Battles, Antietam, 1862, The Civil War's Bloodiest Day by Norman S. Stevens. And this is from the Military Book Club. So this is a nice hardback. This isn't the the paperbacks. This is the hardback that the Military Book Club sent out. So I found two of these, and these are from, let's see, 1994. So they're a little bit older, but you guys are all familiar, if you watch Peg's channel at all, you're all familiar with the type of stuff that they put in. They got lots of pictures. You notice if I can get it there, that battle map back there. There it is. Got nice computer generated battle maps showing you where everybody was, and it's just fully loaded with all kinds of stuff. Anybody that is a fan of like just individual battles, and it doesn't have to be Civil War, it can be any time in history, go find Osprey. They got all kinds of awesome detailed stuff with lots of pictures, lots of maps, lots of like computer done stuff, painting and drawing done stuff by artists. But anyway, pretty excited about that one. That one all focuses on Antietam. And then the last book in the book haul, the second one from Osprey, is Gettysburg, 1863, The High Tide of the Confederacy by Carl Smith. And again, nice hardback. I am super pumped about these. I am trying to find, because I don't know if they have Classic Battles as one of their line of books anymore. I was trying to figure that out. But what I would love to do is try to find all the ones that deal with the Civil War and see how many titles they had out. I was looking for that. I did a quick search this morning. I didn't last very long, but quick search on that, trying to find that. I know there's at least a couple more, but I was very happy to find these. These are just absolutely awesome. And this, of course, goes over the whole 3-day battle. And this one is from 1998, it looks like. 1998. But yeah, you just don't get better maps. And the kids at school, like when I use these type of things with the kids at school, they absolutely eat it up because they can actually see stuff. It gives them the visual of what I'm talking about. You'll notice some of the artwork here. There's some of the paintings. Just really cool stuff. I absolutely love this. And I was super pumped that it was still here. I've looked at these for, they've had them on the shelf for probably over a year, and nobody's taken the bite. So I did, and was very happy to add those. But anyway, BookTube, this has been my Father's Day book haul, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe some of these titles you want to go look for. So let me know what you think. If you've read any of these, let me know down in the comments what you thought of these, if they're worth the time getting into. And yeah, until next time, all the fathers out there, have a awesome, happy Father's Day, and just enjoy your children. Enjoy your children. They are wonderful gifts. So until next time, BookTube, happy reading.